So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back in the Lebron era with another rebuild, but today it's not with a specific team. It's going to be a fantasy draft. As I'm sure many of you know, I absolutely love doing rebuilds in the Lebron era. It takes me back to my childhood, just some really fun memories of when I was younger. And along with that, I also really love doing fantasy draft rebuilds. I was actually kind of surprised going through my previous videos, seeing that I'd actually never done one of these before, so nobody really asked for this. Hope you guys are okay with it, but I'm super excited to do this one today. It's just going to be a normal fantasy draft, kind of rebuild. It's not really anything challenging about this. End goal is to obviously win a championship, though. Of course, as always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. I believe in the Lebron era, we have about 10 rebuilds left to do. Of course, we will be getting into some of the other eras at some point in time. I'm not going to wait until I get through the Lebron era, but I will do those if you guys want to see them. So let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. But this one is, I'd say, a little overdue. I can't actually believe I hadn't done this yet, and I'm very excited to do it today. Let's get into it. All right, so we're about to go ahead and kick off this fantasy draft. I don't know exactly how many of the picks I'll show you guys, but we'll decide once we get into it. I don't want to take 85 years to complete this, but first and foremost, we have to select a team. So the eyes are closed, just so you know I'm not cheating, anything like that. We never want that to be the case, and we're going to stop scrolling here, and right about now feels good. We end up with the Los Angeles Clippers. Clearly, we don't actually have those players on this roster, and yeah, I don't see us right now. So LeBron goes first overall, Devin Durant. Excuse me, Derrick Rose, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, even though he is 32. Please don't let me fall. Okay, shit. Okay. Well, we definitely fell relatively far into the draft. I mean, you take a look. Oh, Steph Curry would have been fantastic. But obviously, a lot of the guys from my childhood have already gone off the board. It would have been fantastic to draft pretty much any of these guys, but that's clearly not a possibility for us today. So let's just look at who's here. Something I want to do is try to get players that I don't get too often. Like, no disrespect to Zach Randolph. He's somebody I definitely get a decent amount in these rebuilds. Probably not going to get him today. Josh Smith, only 24 years old. He is here. Definitely could be an option for us. Also don't want to take 85 years to do this because, again, I do know that these can be longer videos. Okay. I'm not seeing anybody here that jumps out at me immediately as somebody who's going to, like, develop insanely well. That's not what I meant to hit. So, like, Terry Favors is 19. John Wall is here. You got Boogie Cousins, Paul George, Drew Holiday. So there are definitely some names here with some of the younger guys. You got Brandon Jennings, Serge Ibaka. I might take James Harden. Now, do I want to risk the possibility that James Harden falls to me in round 2? I feel like he probably will. So would it be smarter right now for me to maybe go after somebody like, say, a Darren Williams, who's only 26, and not somebody to get a lot? I might do that. I'm hoping Harden doesn't go. Oh, shit. John Wall just went. I feel like Harden's going to go. Don't take Harden. Okay, I don't think he went. This would be ideal if he didn't. I mean, there's always the case I can just go draft Paul George or even Drew Holiday would be a perfectly fine option, but did he? No, he didn't. Okay, James Harden, welcome to the team. I think that was probably like the lowest I could have taken him if I wanted to actually get him on this team. So that feels like a really good pick to me. Our backcourt is now kind of set. We have to work on the wings and then some sort of big in some way, shape, or form. Anderson Varejao, probably not going to happen. Sean Marion, a little bit older at this time. Same with Rip Hamilton. Okafor. Okay. Yeah, you know, I'm just... Oh, it's a Shaq. That's funny. There are definitely some options here. I'm not really in love with any of them. If I'm looking at some of the younger guys again, which is typically one of the only things I do super well in these rebuilds, is just staying young, because you can also then go ahead and have rookie contracts, which is good. Something I'm always relatively focused on, like J.J. Hickson's here. Thaddeus Young, not too bad. Oh, boy. Okay, so there's really nothing here that gets me super, super excited, if I'm being completely honest with you. Who are the 23-year-olds? Yeah, okay. We're pretty much out of this conversation now for, like, young stars we can draft that, you know, kind of worked out into some sort of, like, superstar or anything like that. But there are some options here. Again, don't really love any of them, but I have to draft somebody. I mean, Michael Beasley's here. Yeah, Chris Kardashian I just saw. I mean, there's just nothing here really excites me too much. That's just the reality of the situation. So, you know what? Why the hell not? Let's go ahead and take a... Or would I prefer Varejao? I don't know. I'll just take a Emeka Okafor. Welcome to the team. Okay, I will see you guys with the rest of this squad once we're done drafting. I think I went ahead and made maybe 2 more picks after I kind of cut the video and jumped till right now, so I don't know exactly what this entire team looks like, but I know a couple of the guys. So I guess position by position. Darren Williams, I did draft. I also drafted Jose Calderon. I have no idea who and if Norm Houston is even a real person, so he's not going to play. But yes, I wanted to get a solid kind of rotational bench piece. In terms of Jose Calderon, he fits that mold quite well. James Harden, we went ahead and drafted him with, I think, a second pick, maybe third. No, it was our second pick, I think, correct? But he's 21 years old. Clearly, he's going to turn into eventually a superstar. But at the time being, he's only an 81 overall. I did not draft Anthony Parker, and I did not draft Marty Lynch as well. Small forward spot. Oh, boy. I think it's relatively clear I did not make a draft pick here because these are not great options. Damian Wilkins and Gary Forbes. Not going to move on the needle for me. Andre Karolinko, I ended up drafting. I drafted Shane Battier as well. Jerry Bradley, no way. Seriously? 2K? You're going to 4 years, $20 million? I hate when they do that shit. Center spot, you saw me draft Okafor. I did not draft Jan Mahimi, and I definitely did not draft Jamie McLeod. So, yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It doesn't exactly appear on paper that we're extremely talented. At the moment, I think there's definitely some work to do with this team. I did remember to turn off previously traded draft picks, so everybody has just their own picks, which is good for a fantasy draft. But, yeah, we're definitely going to make a trade or two before we kick year one off. Our first trade is going to come with the San Antonio Spurs, and it's going to involve Chris Birdman Anderson and a 2014 second-round pick for Gary Forbes and Anthony Parker. Now, I know on paper maybe backup center isn't exactly our biggest position of need, if you will, but I like the deal that Chris Anderson is on right now. It's a 4-year contract. Really good price tag for him. So I'm super excited to bring him in here. Obviously not giving up any draft picks as well is really, really big. So definitely our first move, but we still have a few more coming. This one might not look like a big deal on paper, but I actually am really excited to pick up Garrett Temple. I think he can fit the mold of what could be our starting small forward this season. Now, I know the bar was already kind of super low, but Garrett Temple is only 24 years old. He is on a 1-year deal, so that's something we're going to have to consider in the offseason, but we're not exactly giving up a lot here in terms of value. So, Garrett Temple, welcome to the team. I mean, again, not really a needle mover whatsoever, but I definitely am excited to have him here. Maybe he starts at the small forward spot. He actually goes up 2 overalls when you do move him there, so I think this could be a really kind of successful, kind of under the radar trade for us, if you will. So, yeah, we still have some major moves to go. Leon Poe, Jamie McLeod, and a 2011 second-round pick are going to Portland for Raja Bell and Roger Mason. Now, 34 years old for Raja Bell definitely scares me. I am assuming that he won't retire after this season, though, meaning he can be a trade asset for me come off-season time without having to face any of the consequences of possible regression. And then Roger Mason's going to be in a deal immediately. So Raja Bell, welcome to the team. Does slide into that new backup shooting guard spot behind James Harden. At this point in time, I wouldn't mind making an upgrade at the backup small forward spot, behind Garrett Temple. I'm comfortable enough at the power forward spot and the center spot for year one, and then clearly we're good at point guard. So maybe just a small upgrade behind Garrett Temple, but nothing other really besides that for year one. I have no idea what's going to happen to Steve Novak's overall if I move him to the small forward spot, but I know the man can shoot the basketball a little bit, meaning he's an okay, I guess, replacement as our backup small forward. So Roger Mason, Damian Wilkins, and a 2015 second-round pick are going to Indiana for Steve Novak and somebody named Anthony Walker. I don't really know. So I think that's probably it for trades. I mean, again, I wanted to make some moves that maybe could help us contend this season. Ultimately, with this roster, I don't know if we're quite there, but I think we've done a relatively good job possibly setting ourselves up for some future success. So that is it for trades. Let's set the rotation. I completely lied to you. I have one more trade, and it's not a small one. It's actually probably the biggest trade we've made so far. Andre Karolinko, Shane Battier, and our 2015 first-round pick, which is actually going to be unprotected, are going to Detroit for LaMarcus Aldridge and Rashard Lewis. Now, I don't necessarily love the contract that Lewis has, but LaMarcus Aldridge is a clear upgrade over Karolinko at the power forward spot. He's 4 years younger. He's cheaper. He's 4 overalls higher. Absolute kind of slam dunk right there. Also gives us a guy that we can build around alongside James Harden. So, yeah, I'm super excited about this deal. I don't love giving up draft picks, but with Karolinko and Battier expiring, I think it made a lot of sense to kind of explore and upgrade both for now and in the long term. So that will be our final deal. Now let's set the rotation. I'm not exactly sure how to feel about this Los Angeles Clippers team that we've kind of gone ahead and constructed really quickly, I will say. I think on one side, there's a lot of promise and a lot of potential with some of the pieces on this team. But on the other side of it, I feel like there's definitely more talented teams out there. So could be good, could be bad. I am very much happy I do have my first round pick this year, though. It is Darren Williams, James Harden, Garrett Temple, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Emeka Okafor as our 1 through 5. Bench unit's going to be Jose Calderon, Chris Birdman Anderson, Rashard Lewis, Steve Novak, and Raja Bell. So, I mean, it's not terrible. I like the depth we do have, even though a lot of them are 1-year contracts, but I think we've done a pretty good job putting this team together after maybe not the greatest draft in the world. So I can live with it, and I will see you guys at the end of year one. We wrap up year one here in LA with a record of 45-37. Honestly, I didn't really know what to think about this team before we started the season, and 45 wins feels like it could have been relatively accurate. So I'll take it, especially with the fantasy draft, things even out. Kevin Durant is a Dallas Maverick. He is your MVP, nearly 36, 7, and 2. Holy shit. Man shot 48% from the field. That is bonkers. John Wall is your Rookie of the Year. Manu Ginobili, 6-man. The man goes to a completely different team. Still a 6-man. Serge Ibaka is your Depoy. He is in Miami. He also wins Most Improved. Rick Carlisle, Coach of the Year, Head Coach of the Dallas Mavericks. So, Are we in the playoffs? We are. We are actually a 5 seed here in the Western Conference playoffs. Here's a look at the full standings. We were 1 game behind the Hornets. Maybe you can make a little bit of a run. And if you're wondering why 44 wins took it, I'm pretty sure that the divisions actually mattered this time. Here is a look at the Eastern Conference. Again, you kind of know what I mean when I say that fantasy drafts tends to even things out just a little bit. Let's check on the stats. How did everybody look this year? Leading scorer was LaMarcus Aldridge, 20 points a game, nearly 9 boards. Very happy I made the trade for him. Darren Williams, 18 points, 3.5 boards, nearly 9 assists a game. I'll take that. James Harden, again, only 21 years old. Definitely some growth from his rookie season, and hopefully we can continue to build upon that. He can be a franchise piece for us. Rashard Lewis, Emeka Okafor, Calderon, Temple, Novak, Anderson, Bell. In terms of boards a game, it was Emeka Okafor, and assists was Darren Williams. So we do have a first-round matchup here. Maybe didn't think we were going to have one, but we do. Daniel Gibson, Aaron Aflalo, Rudy Gay, Nene. Oh, Dwight Howard is here. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, who the hell was like their first pick? And yeah, no, Dwight Howard in this era was out of his mind good. So can we, I don't know if I want to say pull the upset, but can we beat the Hornets here in round 1? They do tie it up 2-2. We go up 3-2, and we do close them out in 6. I don't want to call it a crazy upset because not only were they only 1 game, ahead of us, but it's a 4v5. You get it. Kevin Durant won an MVP award. Rick Carlisle won Coach of the Year, and this team is scary good. Tyson Chandler, Kyle Lowry alongside Kevin Durant. Got Jamal Crawford, Sheldon Williams in there. So this team is not an easy second-round matchup whatsoever. If we pull this off, I would be very, very okay. Don't blow a 3-1 lead. Don't do it. Wow, we actually don't. I thought that was going to be the case. Okay, Western Conference Finals here in year 1. It is us and the Golden State Warriors. You got Earl Boykins, Rip Hamilton, Gordon Hayward, Boozer. You got Pau Gasol there. Ron Artest off the bench. Ronnie Turioff. Good front court, but I mean, I think Hayward's a little young. I think Hamilton's a little old, right? I think he's only 33. But I don't know. Does this team really move me that much? I don't really. Are we going to have a finals run here in year 1? We're up 3-1 right now. We're in the finals here in year 1. And we were taking on the New Jersey Nets with Baron Davis, Jason Richardson, Granger. You got Kevin Garnett, Roy Hibbert, Channing Frye. Dare I say that we could beat this team? I don't want to get ahead of my... What? How is this actually happening right now? I'm kind of at a loss for words. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we were, like, decent, and I didn't really know what to expect from this team. But a Cinderella Finals run is going to result in a championship here in year 1. I really am still shocked. Like, I'm trying to piece together, like, maybe the LaMarcus Aldridge move really just put us over the top. And again, I 100% don't think it happens without that deal, but I really didn't think this team was good enough in the first place, right? I thought, like, we had set ourselves up well for some future success. I didn't think there was a God's chance in hell that we were a championship team here in year 1. So, I mean, I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, but definitely going to have a lot of work to do because I do not want to just be done after 1 championship. So Kevin Garnett in that Nets jersey a few years earlier. Oh, man. All right. I mean, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. It's just a little bit surprising. All right. Let's just, I guess, do whatever. Okay. Seriously? Just what is happening right now? I don't know. I don't know, man. These fantasy draft rebuilds can definitely surprise you at times. This was one of those, pleasant surprises. It's just things like this happen. I don't really tend to question it or be like, like what the hell too much. Mostly because I know all of the times that I've had like insanely good teams and I actually haven't won a goddamn thing. So I want to live and kind of enjoy this moment while I have it because these are not always guaranteed, even if you think they should be. So let's just work the post game a little bit here with LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't want to get... Oh, bad shot. Okay, I mean, this one's over. It's a 16-point game with just over a minute and a half remaining. So we're going to kind of stop after this. Let's score. Antonio, score. Let's just... Oh, my God, he still misses. I don't know. Where is James Harden? I want to use James Harden. Okay, let's see what we can do here. See if we can maybe get something going. Can I get a screen here? A little screen. Fuck it. Oh my God, goodbye. A clean sweep in the finals results in our first championship of this video, and it is only year 1. An unexpected championship maybe, but I'm definitely going to take it. Darren Williams, your finals MVP. All right, I mean, let's just get into the offseason, I guess. I mean, there's no real reason to wait at this point for anything else because, I mean, we've kind of accomplished the big thing. But now we definitely still have some work to do. So draft lottery time. I mean, I know I said kind of before year 1 started, I'm happy I have my first round pick. Maybe I should have traded it. I don't know. But 30th overall pick. Let's take a look at staff signing right now. Vinny was our head coach. I don't even know if, I mean, there's definitely an upgrade out there, but you can't fire your head coach after you win a championship. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's weird, man. It is. Okay, 30th overall pick. I'm probably going to use it. Maybe I'd look to move up a couple spots. I think somebody like Rajah Bell, who's 34 years old, kind of talked about maybe moving on from him. Maybe even Anderson as well. I think there are options to move up in the draft and potentially draft somebody who could be beneficial to this team. The OKC Thunder own the 10th overall pick, and I want to see if they'd give it to me. I don't know what else I have exactly in terms of assets or players really to give up. If you want Norm Houston, you're more than welcome to take him. And then I would be willing to give up a couple second-round picks, but I'm not giving up any more first. So this is number 10 right here. They don't take that. So I'm just going to do this same exact package, one pick at a time, and see who accepts it. Thank you very much, Milwaukee. So that is number 11 overall. I have no idea who's going to be here. Summary, Klay Thompson went number 1 overall over Kawhi Leonard. Taylor Law, Vucevic, Kyrie Irving fell all the way to 5 and is now a member of the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler fell to 7. Valanciunas is there. Could have been a fun draft pick for me. But there are definitely options here for us. I mean, Tristan Thompson, Kemba Walker. These are all like serviceable NBA players that had long careers. So let's see who I am in the mood to draft. I don't think anybody down here. If I'm taking best player available that ended up here, I mean, got to give it to Kemba Walker probably, who I think is probably going to be my pick. I don't really ever draft him in these situations, so fuck it. Don't necessarily need a point guard, but I am going to take the best player available, best player on the board in Kemba. And the man's a 77 overall. I'm excited about that. James Harden definitely going to be coming back here. Look at qualifying. Corey Farrell, Joseph Beasley. Hard pass on both. We enter a free agency where I think we should have a couple free agents. I don't know if any of our like major guys are free agents. I don't really think so. We definitely need to figure out something at the small forward spot. And then I think, again, we still do probably have 1 or 2 like big trades. So a lot to work with right now. We are dumping the contract of Rashard Lewis, one, because he's, 31 years old, a 77 overall, and making $22 million that I really don't want to pay him. And then second, I think there could be a free agent that I want to sign that I don't know if I'm going to actually have the money to go out and make it happen, but Carmelo Anthony wants to come here. I still don't have the money to make it happen. Okay, well, I overestimated how much cap space we actually had available. It was not nearly as much as I thought it was. That's fine, though. I was going to move that contract anyway. So we do get another draft pick. Could be valuable. Now I have to figure out my small forward options. Oh, shit, didn't mean to do that. There's probably not a lot here on the board in terms of players I'd actually want to sign and maybe go out and get. So we definitely have more trades coming. Okay, we just pulled off a big trade with the Toronto Raptors and got ourselves a new starting small forward here, and Andre Iguodala. Now, I know I went ahead and traded away kind of 2 major bench pieces for us from last season in terms of Jose Calderon and Chris Birdman Anderson, but clearly we went ahead and replaced Calderon in the draft with the the drafting of Kemba Walker. And then Anderson was 33. He was definitely not going to be a significant contributor here next year. So now working on the bench is definitely something I have, to do. I mean, we have 1 bench piece right now and not a lot of money to spend, so I am relatively nervous in what we can kind of do here, but I have hope still. So a guy, maybe like James Jones could be an option. We give him a 2-year deal. I'm just trying to sign some bench pieces that can be relatively significant contributors. I mean, again, we have a $22.5 million trade exception. That's actually really big. But I have to work with kind of what I got here. So the bench is probably going to suffer for a little while. Game's actually going to let me bring back Steve Novak. What I'll probably do is move him to the power forward spot, have him play there. I mean, not my ideal option, but I can definitely live with it for a season. And then I have to find myself a backup center, a backup shooting guard. So Marquise Daniels is certainly an option. Same with Jason Collins, but I guess you kind of got to do what you got to do when you're in a position like this. So let's go ahead and sign both these guys. We'll give Marquise Daniels and Jason Collins 1-year deals, and hopefully they both accept. Again, we're probably going to have a very, very poor bench heading into next season, but starting 5 is insane. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. We're ready to kick off the second season here in Los Angeles. After winning a championship, maybe a surprising championship in year 1, we have to go back, defend our title, hopefully get another one. This starting 5 has only gotten better. Same backcourt here with Darren Williams and James Harden. Andre Iguodala is a new addition here in our starting 5. You got LaMarcus Aldridge, who I actually thought, did he go down a few overalls? Wasn't he like an 85, 86? I don't know. And then Okafor still here as our starting center. The bench unit is going to be led by a rookie, Kemba Walker. We signed James Jones out of free agency. Steve Novak came back. Marquise Daniels, and then Jason Collins. So not exactly ideal for number 9 and number 10, and maybe even 8 as well, but definitely serviceable for, the bottom of a bench. I could say that. So year 1 was a big surprise and a lot of fun. Let's see if we can run that back. 55-27. That is how we wrap up the second season here in Los Angeles, and I'm very, very happy about it. We are looking to defend our title. We have very high hopes of doing so. It is yet another MVP for Kevin Durant there in Dallas. Insane numbers once again. Who cares? We beat you last year. Kawhi Leonard fell to number 2 overall, and yeah, he's your Rookie of the Year. Jason Kidd is a Celtic. He is your 6th Man of the Year. Tim Duncan, also a Celtic, is your Depoy. Oh my God, Goran Dragic, also a Celtic, Most Improved. Rick Carlisle, Coach of the Year at 62 wins there in Dallas. So we are a 2 seed this year. We see some significant movement there in terms of our standings. We are 7 games behind the Dallas Mavericks, but again, didn't matter last year. What's to say it's going to matter this year? Let's take a look at the numbers, see how everybody played. James Harden kind of took over as our leading scorer. LaMarcus Aldridge, number 2. Darren Williams, Kemba Walker. Actually, fantastic rookie season as our 6th man. Beautiful. Iguodala, Emeka Okafor, Novak, Jones, Daniels, and then Jason Collins. Rebounds a game was Emeka Okafor. Assists was Darren Williams. So round 1, it is us and the Memphis Grizzlies with Russell Westbrook. He's a 94 overall. Mike Miller, Gerald Wallace, Jared Dudley, Nikola Vucevic. You got George Hill, Aaron Aflalo off the bench. This team's good, and maybe you can say they have the best player in the series, but I'll still take our odds 10 times out of 10. So we are currently up 3-1 against Memphis. We move on in 5. We are moving on to the Portland Trailblazers with young John Wall, Alec Burks, Sean Marion, Chris Kardashian, Andrea Bargnani. You got Mo Spates, Julian Wright off the bench. This team, again, doesn't really move me too much. I think we can easily beat them. We're up 2-1 right now. They do tie it up 2-2. We go up 3-2, and we are on to the West Finals to take on back-to-back MVP. Kevin Durant, Kyle Lowry is here. Wally Harrington, okay. Zach Randolph, Tyson Chandler, Kendrick Perkins off the bench. Or old friend Anderson. Okay, again, I think they're beatable. They were beatable last year. We're up 3-0 right now. Please don't blow a 3-0 lead. We are in the finals once again. Us in the Orlando Magic with Mike Conley, Trevor Ariza, Brian Wall, whatever the fuck you are, Kevin Love, DeAndre Jordan as well. So good team here. Big 3 of Conley, Love, and Jordan is definitely scary. I still think we're the better group, though. I really do. So right now we are down 2-1. We go down 3-1. Wow. Wow. Did we just not have it? I just want to check the stats for that. I don't know. I really felt like you showed up. Yeah, Kemba. I need more out of Andre. I mean, I know he's doing a lot with 7, 7, and 6, basically, along with 2 steals a game, but 26% from the field it's not winning basketball. It's really not. I need a little bit more in terms of points from Okafor, decent rebounding numbers, but yeah, it's just that was a tough series out of Iggy. And I'm not solely blaming him because there's definitely a lot of blame to go around. Oh, Jerry Stackhouse was there. There's a lot of blame to go around, but I think, again, improving the bench and hopefully Andre Iguodala continues to improve, I guess. I mean, he's, 27? Not like he's some super young kid, but definitely needs some work. All right, here's the draft lottery. We are going to have... Oh, I traded my pick. I did. So we're not going to have a pick. Staff signing. Vinny is still here. I'll keep him because winning a finals year 1, making a finals is in year 2 is not really a fireable offense. I don't really think so. We're not going to have any draft picks, which is kind of more than fine by me. Team player options. So Darren Williams declines. Obviously, bring Harden back. Darren Williams is my number 1 priority right now in free agency. Have to make sure without a doubt. Is the game not going to let me bring him back? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, yes, it is. Gotta love 2K. Everybody else pretty much free to go. Marquise Daniels, Jason Collins, I'll say thank you for your service, but it's no longer really needed here. So Darren Williams, welcome back to the team. I'm also pretty sure a year just expired, so we lost our trade exception, which does suck. We have to work on the bench a little bit. Let's just look. I mean, I'm comfortable with our point guard off the bench. That is pretty much it. James Jones I can live with, but I'd like to improve in some way, shape, or form. And Steve Novak, I'm going to ship out almost immediately. So let's just see what kind of money I have here to spend in free agency. Guy like Boris Diaw, I think, would be a really good guy to bring in. He's 30 years old, but he's high 70s, which is always, appealing. And then we look at the centers. Oh boy, this is just bad. This is not good. I guess I'm signing a guy like Deshaun Stevenson, who is only 31, maybe could get some minutes, but again, not really anything too big. Okay. In terms of trades, I think it starts out with a trade with Steve Novak. So I have some draft picks left. So Steve Novak, some sort of center. Guy like Bojan Bogdanovic is only 23 years old, coming off his rookie campaign. Taj Gibson could be fun as well. Don't really need a power forward. I think Bojan Bogdanovic makes a lot of sense. We said we were trying to move on from James Jones anyways. I think this is a good deal to kind of start that off. So we'll do James Jones, and I'll do a first in a second because I think there's one other move we have to make. Let's just see. Give me a center. Please, a competent center is all I'm really asking for. Not too much to ask for, I don't think. Ronnie Turiaf doesn't really excite me too much, but he honestly might be the best option we have. So Ronnie Turiaf, who is a 77 overall, welcome to the team. Okay, what else do we want to do? I might move Stevenson as well. I think that'll probably be my last move. I know we just signed him, and it's kind of an asshole move, but I want a little bit of an upgrade there heading into the final season because I think our bench hurt us a little bit last year. I really do. So shooting guard of some sort, somebody with competence, somebody a little bit younger. I don't know. Sasha Vujacic, I get him a decent amount, but it has been a few videos since I've got him. So, sorry. I need Sasha. I really do. Okay, I will see you guys at the start of the final regular season. Last season was super fun all the way up to the NBA Finals. You can blame our bench. You can blame Andre Iguodala. Nonetheless, we are here for a hopeful championship season after we won one in year one. So here's how it's going to look. Really no changes at all in the starting five. It is Darren Williams, James Harden. Both are 90-plus overalls, which is fantastic. Andre Iguodala hit our starting small forward spot. LaMarcus Aldridge, whose overall is just not moving. Really surprised on that. And then Emeka Okafor still here as our starting center. Bench got a little bit better. Kemba Walker led the bench unit last year. He's going to do so once again. Had a fantastic rookie season for us. We brought in a guy like Boris Diaw, who's going to provide a lot off the bench for us. Bojan Bogdanovic, that overall didn't really move. I still think he's an upgrade over James Jones. Sasha Vujacic in here now, and then Ronnie Turiaf, our backup center. So the bench is definitely better than last year. I mean, that's kind of really the only way to put it. So a little bit of progression, better bench. I think we're in a really good spot. I'll see you guys at the end of the final regular season. By far our best regular season record yet at 68-14. Now that's all good and well, but we don't really play for the regular season around here. We play for championships, and I want a second one throughout this video. Russell Westbrook, we finally get a new MVP. It's crazy to think when we do these LeBron-era rebuilds, every time I face the Thunder, we face 3 MVPs. Kevin Durant won the first 2, Russell Westbrook clearly just won 1 now, and then obviously we do have James Harden, but I mean 3 MVPs in real life. You understand. I'll shut up and stop rambling. Anthony Davis, your rookie of the year. He is a Milwaukee Buck. Jordan Farmar, our 6th man. Dwight Howard is your D-point. Nikola Vucevic, most improved. Vinny, let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Is your coach of the year. Okay, 1 seed. Finally. We have not been a 1 seed yet. We are 9 games up on the Dallas Mavericks and clearly did have the best record in all of basketball. Here is a look at the numbers on the year. Let's see how everybody played. James Harden, our leading scorer once again. Marcus Aldridge, Darren Williams, Kemba Walker, Andre Iguodala. I mean, everything looks good. It really does. Rebound's going to be Emeka Okafor, and assists was Darren Williams. So round 1, we got the Battle of Los Angeles. Mark Holton, Monte Ellis, Paul Pierce, and a Lakers jersey is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Our old friend Andrei Karolinko. This team should be sweepable, honestly, right around there as we do that. Okay, Spurs. Steph Curry is a Spur. Klay Thompson ended up right next to him. That's hilarious. Landry Fields, Charlie Villanueva, Rolando Goodwillie. It's a fucking awesome name, but I don't really know who you are. I don't think you're a real person. Okay, you got the Splash Bros right now against us here in the Western Conference semis, and we have yet to lose a game as we approach the Western Conference Finals, and we have a 6 seed here with Darren Collison, Jimmy Butler, Dante Green, Kevin Love, Samardo Samuels, Paul Millsap off the bench. Interesting decisions there. We finally do lose a game, but we go on to win the next 2, make it the next 3, oh, come on. Okay. In the finals, us and the Toronto Raptors. You got 98 overall Derrick Rose, Corey Maggette, who's got to be, he's 33. Nicholas Batum, Kenneth Thompson. Okay. Taylor Law. Who are these fucking people? I don't know. We win game 1, we win game 2, we win game 3. Okay, they do get game 4 in there, but we close them out in 5. LaMarcus Aldridge had a hell of a series. He's your finals MVP. Okay, well that is 2 championships in a video. I didn't really expect 2 championships. You know, obviously when you kind of randomize and don't get to select the team of a fantasy draft rebuild you're doing, you sometimes end up with bad picks. That's exactly what happened to us, and I think we just got really lucky with who we drafted, some of the trades we made, and all that fun stuff. So this video was fun. I'm actually, again, as I mentioned earlier, surprised it took me this long to do a fantasy draft rebuild in the LeBron era, but very happy I did. I had a lot of fun with this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. That's it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.